The Sun reversed. When the Sun card shows for you, even when reversed, it's still a sign that soon you are likely to find yourself feeling more free than you have in a while, maybe years. However, in reverse, there is much less clarity to this freedom, and you may have to work harder to bring the freedom about. Still, this is an excellent and important time to experience different things which are out of your usual routines. The Sun is about vitality, freedom, joy, and self-expression. Things in general are very likely to be going very well for you, even when you draw the reversed Sunday. When this card is reversed, it's particularly important for you to make an effort to literally count and stay focused on your blessings. No matter who you are, or what is wrong in your life, you undoubtedly have things to be thankful and grateful for. Stay mindful of these things, and you will bring more blessings into your life. This is a great time to socialize, to meet new people, and to get out and about. Work. The reversed Sun can indicate that if you are looking for a new job, it could be right around the corner for you. You'll need to stay focused on what you bring to the table and how your skills and talents could benefit the employer, not so much what they could do for you. The reversed Sun shows a particular need for you to share any credit for good work with those who work with you, even if you did all or nearly all of the work. On the whole, if you are currently employed, your work is stable and moving toward new opportunities and improvements. Just don't take your employment for granted when this card appears. Love. When the reversed Sun appears in a love reading, it can indicate that one or the other partners, or even both of them, may be taking the relationship or the other party too much for granted. This must be changed as soon as possible if the relationship is to last. At the same time, both parties may need some alone time. If you draw the reversed Sun when you are looking for love and romance, the indication here is that possibilities look promising for you. However, you will need to keep a good attitude, and have, or develop, high self-esteem. You don't want to accept just any old lover that comes along. You deserve more than that. Finances. In general, when you draw the Sun, reversed or upright, money is likely to be much better than usual. Still, of course, that doesn't mean you should spend it as quickly as it comes in. If you've been waiting on a financial decision to be made by others, this means you won't have to wait much longer and that the decision is very likely to be in your favor. When the card is reversed, however, you may need to provide more information to the financial people before everything is finalized. If so, don't worry. Things look good. Health. Even when you draw the reversed Sun, health and feelings of well-being should be at a high point. This is a great time to take some time off if you can and just enjoy life. This is partly mental as well as physical. If you look back, you are likely to find that your attitude has been more positive of late too. This can directly affect how well your body works for you. Figure out what you've been doing right, and build upon it. Again, you have a lot to be grateful for. Make a point to acknowledge this. Spirituality. With this card in reverse, you may be a little confused about your spirituality from time to time. You'll know that there is a great deal of beauty, joy, and happiness to be found in this life, if we are looking hard enough and in the right places, but you may have times of not being sure where to look. If this is the case, ask around. Seek at least a bit of spiritual mentoring. Ask in your spiritual community, if you have one, or if not, ask for recommendations for spiritual communities in whatever way that makes sense to you. This is a great time to try on for size different spiritual approaches to see if any of them work for you. The strength and beauty of the sun is still there in your spirit, and never goes away. It's just that some metaphorical cloud cover may be finding it hard to see and feel. Have faith, if in nothing else, in yourself, and in the beauty of this planet and this universe. Playing cards first entered Europe in the late 14th century, most likely from Mamluk Egypt, with suits of batons or polo sticks, coins, swords, and cups. These suits were very similar to modern tarot divination decks and are still used in traditional Italian, Spanish and Portuguese playing card decks. The first documented tarot packs were recorded between 1440 and 1450 in Milan, Ferrara, Florence, and Bologna, when additional trump cards with allegorical illustrations were added to the common four-suit pack. These new decks were called Carte de Triomphe, triumph cards, and the additional cards known simply as Triomphe, which became trumps in English. The earliest documentation of Triomphe is found in a written statement in the court records of Florence, in 1440, regarding the transfer of two decks to Sigismondo Pandolfo Malatesta. The oldest surviving tarot cards are the 15 or so Visconti Sforza tarot decks painted in the mid-15th century for the rulers of the Duchy of Milan. A lost tarot-like pack was commissioned by Duke Filippo Maria Visconti and described by Marciano da Tortona probably between 1418 and 1425, since the painter he mentions, Michelino da Bisazzo, returned to Milan in 1418, while Marciano himself died in 1425. He described a 60-card deck with 16 cards having images of the Greek gods and suits depicting 4 kinds of birds. The 16 cards were regarded as trumps since in 1449 Jacopo Antonio Marcello recalled that the now deceased duke had invented a novum quadam et exquisitum triumphorum genus, or a new and exquisite kind of triumphs. Other early decks that also showcased classical motifs include the Solabusca and Boiardo Viti decks of the 1490s. In Florence, an expanded deck called Minchiate was used. This deck of 97 cards includes astrological symbols and the 4 elements, as well as traditional tarot motifs. Although a Dominican preacher inveighed against the evil inherent in cards in a sermon in the 15th century, no routine condemnations of tarot were found during its early history. Because the earliest tarot cards were hand-painted, the number of the decks produced is thought to have been small. It was only after the invention of the printing press that mass production of cards became possible. The expansion of tarot outside of Italy, first to France and Switzerland, occurred during the Italian Wars. The most important tarot pattern used in these two countries was the Tarot of Marseilles of Milanese origin.